Cone Racing League. We are here today for CRL's first realistic league, and I'm joined today by Cammy.
Hello, hello.
Yeah.
So, it's just gone 8. You might be joining me in my bedroom. However, we're in the Austrian Alps tonight for 71 laps of what could be some of the most interesting racing we've seen yet in Cone Racing League. We've got people from all across the different tiers racing tonight in the realistic league. People that might not have the pace week in, week out in the faster cars, whereas some of our better drivers up there in the tier 1s and 2s in the sort of slower cars that you'd expect to see on a weekly basis in real life Formula 1. Now, I think this is going to be very interesting, the difference in pace and strategy, tactics, and see how the racing wheel-to-wheel around these twisting turns in Austria goes. And I think we could be in for some pretty intense racing.
Oh, well, of course it's going to be so interesting, and working out which driver. I could not call who's going to win, because I have no idea how the different speeds, the different cars, the drivers from all the different tiers are going to affect it all. And starting off with a quick one-shot quali, which, I mean, essentially it's an all or nothing, but it's 71 laps. It really doesn't matter too much. I mean, you want to start near the front, sure, but being Austria, the chance of rain, and also everyone, I mean, us as commentators, the drivers, they're all completely new to this format, so it's getting used to how they're going to find it, seeing how everybody's going to manage. Here we are, first run at the quali, on board with Bumpier, myself in the Williams, doing pretty well after turn 1, but of course Bumpier, one of the slower cars, one of the faster drivers. That's the way the game is played.
Oh, that chart is flicking around all over the place.
You will have to excuse one-shot quali, not always the best thing from a spectator perspective. It's DeWill, our two-time Tier 1 champion, who was leading, although come the braking zone, he's dropped right the way down. Look at that. He went from 1st to 7th in one corner, and it wasn't even a mistake that caused it. Crazy, crazy stuff. Nathan leading us through into the end of Sector 2 so far in the Haas, him and Leroy. In fact, the top 3, all drivers frequent to Tier 1, of course. They're the drivers who have that consistency down. They know how to put in lap after lap. Their consistency is their strength, but come the race pace, that's when the cars are going to suffer that bit more. Round in the final corner, Nathan down to 4th, up to 3rd again, but it looks like it's going to be Leroy. And there it is, Leroy on the front at the end. It's Williams topping the charts.
Well, that was quite interesting. It was a bit more, it was just action everywhere you look. Difficult to get a grasp on what exactly was going on there, but it's going to be so interesting to see how the pace of the different cars is mitigated by the standard of driver in them. I'm quite, I don't know, do you think the better drivers are going to be faster, or do you think the quality of the car that they're in is going to make a bigger impact overall to the actual race? It's crazy.
I think it'll be the guys in the middle who are consistent who have this. I think people like DeWill are ones to watch out for. You know, he's not at his fastest, but we've seen in previous seasons can be an absolute monster behind the wheel. But it is Leroy on pole alongside G. Russell.
It's not a lot of time
Top
difference
40 drivers within a second, isn't it? A couple of disqualifications will not finishing his lap in the end. But there we go. I mean, it's gonna be good. It is gonna be good.
It's gonna be interesting, and I've been very excited for this all day. All day I've been waiting in anticipation for those lights to go out and the run down into turn 1, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait to commentate on the start of that race and seeing just what happens after turn 1.
Yeah, so for the moment now, drivers choosing their setups, deciding their strategies. I haven't seen any word of rain, but it doesn't mean there is going to be. I mean, this race, I'm going to be here for an hour and a half. Strap in, grab some water. I know I have. I've got far too many snacks up on my shelf, so I'm ready for the race.
I'm snackless.
Ooh.
I know.
Risky,
but I'm on a diet. I'm cutting it out. But I'm not on a diet from Formula 1.
Oh no. Hungry for more of that.
Yeah, hungry for this 71 laps of what could be utter chaos or a bit of a relaxed scene. But here we go. onto the formation lap.
I forgot you
I'm ahead of
lap.
myself there. Oh goodness me. Yeah. So we'll see who messes up getting slotted into their grid positions. However, Leroy and G. Russell and Nathan, Bazza, all might have slightly cooler tyres going into turn 1 when that pack all lines up on the grid. It's going to be interesting, especially with the starting pace of course, the Williams, the AlphaTauri, the Haas, 3 of the slowest cars on the grid, but with some of the best drivers Cone has to offer. Including our founder, I believe, Nathan.
Yeah, well, one of 3 founders, to be more accurate.
The 3 founders.
Actually, there are, I think, all... is DC on this grid or not?
DC... No.
AJ, who is also one of the other 2, isn't able to race tonight. We've got 2 reserves in the form of MK and Bumpier. So they are in the Mercedes and the Williams. That's your P15 and your P11 drivers.
I was going to say, I think Bumpier might be someone to watch out for. He might have a bit of a surge during this race.
Yeah, also to mention, tyre-wise, the majority of the drivers, 17 drivers, starting on the mediums. Bazza, Demorts and Evans down in last. Josh there starting on the hards, and then MKP starting on the softs. So,
and here we are. Coming up to the grid now. Oh, it's exciting. The first full-length race in Cone.
Yeah,
in the Austrian Alps.
3.5 years of CRL. Never done a 100% race. They've done full qualies. They've done 50% races. They've done all sorts of Cone Cups for different formats. But this is the first time they've done a full 100% race. As one driver misses their grid slot there. And getting ready to start the race. So that's
MKP on the softs.
I'll let you take it away.
Okay. So, here we go. The start of the race. And it's lights out and away we go. Leroy getting away quite well there. We've got Russell. Everyone seems to have gotten away quite well. There's no one really getting on each other. Bazza down the inside. You've got D-Morts trying to get it around the outside of Bazza onto that long straight. Now, free fall, dropping a position there. And Leroy leading as they lined up on the grid into turn 2, 3. Can't remember exactly how it goes on Austrian.
Turn 3. I just realised I got no audio. I need to pause and unpause.
So, it's been quite a clean getaway from everyone, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, a few side-by-sides. I did see a 4 wide into turn 1 at one point as Ennis gets a move done on P's down the inside of turn 4. There's still a little bit of side-by-side action. People settling in. The front 2 close because I'm not seeing an interval between them. No, there is one ahead of the other. Leroy holding on to that lead for the moment. You'd expect to see MKP making moves up the order on his soft compound on the back of Wubin. 2 of the slower drivers, but of course 2 of the faster cars. I'm sure the Ferrari engine is going to try and explode at some point. I say that as an adoring Ferrari fan. For the moment,
Leroy leading the line quite well there. But there is not much of a gap between him and Russell, so coming into lap 3 or 4, whenever the DRS is activated, he will be at risk from that, as Russell is still right on his tail there. Bit of slipstream down that next straight.
Yeah,
and Russell pulls out. Don't think he's going to get anything done on this lap. Going into that turn.
Have been chopping and changing for P6. With P's then it was
Ennis,
and then P's
side action there
back
by
in front
Bumpier.
again.
Bumpier holds position on Duville.
Yeah, here we go. DeWill up the inside, and no, he's got the switchback on him. Look at that.
Fantastic
Can he
driving
hold it
there.
though? DeWill keeping his nose in around the outside, slight bit of wheel bang in there, still going on. Neither driver willing to give up here. DeWill's got the inside for the last 2 corners. Farrell hugging the outside, and in the end, Farrell's come out on top. Look at that.
That is some quality driving there.
That
Very
is some quality
good
driving. That's some risky driving for a race that is going to be this long, but I absolutely respect it. So DRS
100%.
now enabled, and here we go. Russell with his first go at the DRS. Interestingly, not using slipstream, just DRS. Odd choice there from the AlphaTauri driver.
He didn't. I think he's playing it quite smart. He didn't want Leroy to get the rundown on him into this corner here. Now, it's worked for him, and he's taken the lead. He's got the move done. He just needs to build that gap before the last straight, I'd say.
Yeah, Russell up. And again, Farrell and DeWill fighting again. These two side by side through the middle sector again, this time opposite sides of the track. DeWill on the inside, not getting the switch back and having to tuck in as Farrell sticks it around the outside, getting up into P12. These two still battling, making an enemy on track nice and early.
Bumpier right on the tail of Harry Palmer. He's going to get DRS this lap. Not sure what difference it will make, as Harry will also get DRS, but Bumpier looks like he's
under threat from
definitely
behind.
wanting that position.
You've got Farrell actually nearly tapping him on the back of the car, running a little bit deep, and of course the driver's not quite going to be as used to the handling, because the handling they're used to will be the Red
different.
Bull. So Spider and Will further down.
Free wide into turn 3. Free fall drops a position. Harry gets overtaken by Bumpier, but they're still side by side. But Bumpier's got the DRS, so it looks like he's going to be going ahead into turn 4.
Yeah,
and he is in fact. The Aston Martin's making a move on each other there.
I was thinking that, just saw a last second in the background. Free fall, he's now ahead of DeWill.
Backs it a little bit, yeah.
Was DeWill Farrell, but DeWill now dropping back away, not able to have another crack at Farrell at the moment. The grid all fairly close together actually. Seems the driver's been placed well into their own separate cars. No one dropping off the back just yet.
Down towards the bottom of the grid, we got Spider. Was right on the tail of Dragon on speed there. If he can get a good entrance and exit to the final 2 turns. Off track there, but he's got the DRS still. Not that it will make much of a difference now. He's dropped to half a second back. MKP not making them softs work very well for him at the moment. He started on softs, the only one on the grid, and it's not really done anything for him. He's still stuck down there at the back end of the grid. Looking up Harry Palmer and Farrell side by side. Harry keeps position, or does he overtake Farrell? Keeps position, I'm sure.
Yeah, Harry was ahead of Farrell beforehand.
It is tight down there. That midfield battle between the Alpines and the Astons, spearheaded by Bumpier, is going to be quite an interesting one for this race, I think. They're very close together, all very good quality drivers, and very similar quality in terms of car as well. So that is definitely one to keep an eye on, I think.
Well, yeah, the likes of Freefall, DeWill, I mean, they're some of the cleanest drivers we've had, especially DeWill. Not raced him in F1, but I've raced him in GT, Sport and 7, and he's a wonderful man to race against. Almighty fast.
I know Harry's got a lot better over the last few seasons as well. Harry's come into his own a little bit, and he is in fact a fairly clean driver, I'd say, at the moment, and his pace is a lot better than it used to be. I used to be able to beat him, now I've got no chance. So we'll see what Harry can pull out in this race. I think he's got a chance on Bumpier here, as Bumpier is out of DRS, so Harry might get a move done on this second straight after turn 3.
Yeah,
round the outside.
To the outside and behind Farrell with a nice view of it. And he is through in the end.
Yeah, that's Bumpier dropped a position. Harry got that move done. Nice clean racing. And the move was done before they even really got into the corner.
Yeah, Bumpier's struggling.
Farrell and Bumpier are side on. Farrell, that's very tight, but very clean.
Yeah, and in
Bumpier
the end,
stays ahead.
Does defend it in the end. That's going to unsettle him. That's going to pull him away from Harry a little bit more. Doesn't seem very comfortable in the car. He's losing ground quite quickly here. Although part of that is Harry just closing down on Aizen up ahead for P8. Yeah, just more.
Aizen definitely not safe from Harry. I think Harry's got the
the
pace
lead
to
battle again
reel him
going
in.
on. Look at that, top 3 drivers, half a second going up into turn 2 or turn 3.
Leroy is still, as it stands though, at a bit of a risk from Russell, but
there has been some lead changes. Where you haven't been looking.
Oh no, I've been focusing on that Aston battle in the middle there. And talking of that battle, Scotty's overtaken Farrell. So that's another one there. And Farrell was still right on his tail, however. But being in that dirty air is going to have more effect on this race than any other, really, I think. Because, of course, realistic, and not only that, I mean, you've got 71 laps, so strategy comes into it all.
Yeah, of course, you've got the tyre wear to worry about. I'm going to very quickly adjust my audio slightly, so you're going to lose vision on the screen. There we go, I'm back. I can hear the engines myself now, prefer it that way. Here we have still Russell right on the back of Leroy. Been going past him some laps, not on others, but you look at that ERS, 80%, he's playing the long game, again, not going for the move here, he wants it into turn 4, not into turn 3, he knows it's easier to hold, he'd rather have the lead through that twisty section, not of the dirty air there, where it can hurt his tyres more. At the moment it's the top 8, all in one big DRS train, not able to get the move done though, just resting on the back of that Williams car. See that queue behind.
MKP and Wuban having a little bit of a tussle there as Wuban looks to get the move, keep his position, I believe, actually, and he does so for now.
Yeah,
but they were side by side at the turn 4. That was some good racing there, I must say.
Ooh, and that's yellow. That's
2 incident. That's Atom. Oh, Will spun it. I don't know what happened there. But
no,
it looks
he's
like
got
a
no
little
front
bit
wing.
of a tangle.
He's got no front wing whatsoever. He'll be pulling off into the bits.
Yeah.
I don't know if that was another driver involved or not. No other drivers pulling into the pits, and Will completely missing the white line there. I can't remember what the stewards are doing with that, but
Baza and Pease really tight there as Pease cuts Baza off, and Ennis gets a good run on Baza now. Can he make a move on him?
Tail.
Down the inside, not quite.
Not good. Interesting. I mean, he's on the mediums against the hard compound. You'd expect him to want to go for it earlier on, take advantage of that tyre compound.
Indeed.
While there's still the better tyre to use.
Got to put some respect on P's name, though. I knew he was going to be dangerous this race, and he's already up into the top 4. I know he was kind of in the middle there somewhere to start the race, but I could see P's definitely becoming a contender in the top half of this grid today.
Yeah, qualified P8, moved himself up 4 positions. Another one has been moving up the order. Down in P14, Evans, who didn't set qualifying lap or disqualified, but he started in last on the hard tyres, worked his way up to P14 now. And actually no threats from behind for him at the moment either.
Ooh, Innocent Baza, side by side again. Both have still got DRS, of course.
Yeah.
And Ennis could get the move done if he sends it down the inside, but will he do so? No.
I think he really needs to get this move done, maybe save up DRS for a couple of laps, but he's just losing time at the moment. He's got to be the faster driver. In fact, he keeps on getting opportunities and not making the most of them. He's just wasting tyre wear, wasting ERS.
I've got to say though, Baza is working well on his hard tyres.
Doing a good job, him and Demorts
As is Demorts, yeah. Farrell and Harry closer than ever. Only 2/10 separate the pair as we go into the start-finish straight.
Hope the 2 Alpines don't do a recreation of Australia. You're in Austria, not Australia. No need for the Alpines to crash into each other. There's Harry going a little deep. Farrell breaking a little early, and in the end, it is Farrell with the better exit, looking to the outside, up through turn 2, down towards turn 3, side by side.
Early for the switchback. No,
and he's going to get it around the outside. You get more traction on the outside. And I think Farrell is through up into P10.
Beautiful move. Harry's going to be frustrated with himself there. I know what he's like. Out-braking himself a little bit. He's going to want that position back, and I think we could see a little bit more touchy driving here from those pair.
Yeah, Simpo
MKP
round.
Getting overtaken by the mighty Spider Rob. Rob's been getting a lot better recently, I know that for sure.
Yeah.
Gave me a right tussle in the last couple of pace tests. He's a good driver, and I think he will pick up some positions in this race.
Good driver, good commentator as well. I don't know if you've commentated
100%.
with him before, but...
It'd be good to commentate with Rob, I believe.
Have you not?
I'd say so. No, I'm not, I don't
big
think.
moment by Rob there.
He's just using his special tactic to set himself up for the start-finish straight, I'd say.
Just doing a little wiggle.
That's what he would say.
He caught it. Maybe a bit of showmanship on
Farrell getting the move done on Bumpier into turn 3.
There we go. He got past Harry Palmer and now got past Bumpier.
But Bumpier with a pretty good exit there, so I think Bumpier might take that position back. And, maybe not though. Farrell did get away quite well as well.
Ooh. Now, interestingly, Farrell is yellow on fuel already. I think Farrell is the fastest of the three of them in this group. But,
he's going to have to do a little bit of lifting and coasting, or he will be praying for a safety car.
Yeah, I mean, you might think, 71 laps, it's going to happen somewhere, but that somewhere hasn't happened yet. It's side by side here for P13. Josh and Will hasn't come to an end though.
Will is
retirement in the pit lane.
Gone. Will is he retired?
He's a retirement in the pit lane. He had 2 crashes. First one took his front wing, second one a spin. I think in the third sector, start the third sector, and in the end decides he is going to retire from the race.
The first non-finisher of Will there. He'll be gutted in the fastest car as well. It's one of those, isn't it? He will be a bit disappointed with himself, I'm pretty sure. But it's good to see that overall, I don't think...
I just saw some rain.
Oh yeah.
I can see a few raindrops.
Maybe Will shouldn't have counted his chickens before they'd hatched.
Yep. Well, we'll see how this ends up going out then. Don't know how heavy the rain is going to be. Certainly good news for NKP on the soft tyres. Got the most out of them, soon to be onto the Inters. He'll be hoping. This front group, who is it? It's the front 8, still all close together. And that in kind of midfield battle, 9 all the way down to P14.
Oh, there's rain coming down now, baby.
When it rains, it falls in Austria, and here we go. Adding the spice of F1 water. More spicy than British food, that's for sure.
That's damn straight. And Atom's the first one to go into the pits here. Ooh. Is he gonna chuck on a pair of Inters extremely early?
You can't pit here and not put Inters on. If it's starting to rain, it's a mistake.
Inters are going on the mighty Atom's car. I know he did brake about 40 metres before the pit speed limit line, but yeah, he's out there first on Inters.
I think he's blinked early.
This could be very interesting. You never know how this is going to work out. If that rain suddenly gets very heavy, he's done himself a justice there. And it's picking up the first time penalty.
In P6, a bit of support for Atom there in the chat. Atom, where is he? Where is Atom on track?
19th.
Oh. Oh yeah, it's the dude who just pit. We'll see how that turns out. No one else pitting just yet.
He's tried it, and unfortunately at the moment it doesn't look like it's really going to work its way. It's not going to work its magic, I don't think. But he might know something we don't.
He's lost a few tenths out the exit of that corner to Dragon. Now Dragon, not a driver you're going to gain time on too easily. Even if he's further down.
And Farrell are side by side once again. There's a lot of pushing and shoving going on at the moment.
I think Bumpier must have made a mistake on the exit of that corner as he lost a lot of ground there to
Harry as well.
I think more likely to see drivers coming into the pits this time around. Going to hop on board with MKP. He's looking on the Hunter Dragon on those soft tyres. He'd be one of the people I'm expecting to see pit more early as well. Yeah, you can see the loss of traction now.
Yeah, Dragon not seeming to be on an awful lot of speed at the moment, to be fair. Down there in 17th, but he's in the McLaren, so a slightly slower car. Well, in reality, not really a slower car, but a slightly slower car in here than the Red Bull and
MKP is coming into the pits.
The Red Bull for MKP.
Yeah.
As is Evans.
As is Evans.
On those hard tyres, he is swapping over to...
Slapping on the inters. Imagine the same for MKP. The front runners all staying out on track. P's right on the tail of Nathan, actually. I think
this could be something that works very nicely in the favour of our good friend Porsche Evans.
Yeah. No quality time from him in the end. I think Aizen has fallen back off of Ennis. I don't know if it's a mistake or not, but the gap between 7th and 8th has opened. The gap between 8th and 9th has closed down. Whether that's a mistake under the now more wet track or not, I do not know. Actually, Ennis himself falling back a little bit. DRS is still enabled for the moment. The usual rule of thumb, where DRS is disabled, then you have to be on the inters, otherwise you are not looking too good. And of course, with a long race like this, no sign of clear skies, you do not want to risk trying to hang it out on the dries. No idea who from the front group to follow here as Freefall goes into the pits. That'll be another man thinking of going on to the inters, but here we go, Demorts and Bazza. Demorts on the inside, can he get through here? A little bit of contact. I think Bazza will have him on the traction.
With the exit. But Demorts has played that well, as he has got the ERS.
They both do, though, because of the P's ahead. And Bazza does hold on in the end, despite Demorts going for the inside, that traction on the outside of turn 3.
Oh, but Ennis had a little bit of a wobble there, and he has fallen back, and Aizen is now right on his tail.
Yeah. Ennis and Aizen falling back to that midfield battle we've been watching so much. Yeah.
And now the Alpines are rubbing their hands together, Bumpier is thinking, ooh, there might be a bit of an opportunity to gain some extra places. Will is kind of holding up the back of the grid. I mean, there's not a lot going on back there, but
that is Harry Palmer pulling off into the pit box, as is DeWill. And for me, that man making a decision is a sign it's probably the right one. Two-time Tier 1 champion, I must say, DeWill. He did it in the early days, but you can't take that away from him.
Spider Rob coming in for those inters.
Yeah, you can see the spray behind the cars now really starting to show.
I think this could be a moment for Harry as well. Harry could get a lot out of this, because with his pace he might end up there. And if you notice there as well, Posh Evans has come through and he is now up in 12th. So he is making up time on those inters. So Evans, if you listen to this afterwards, good call.
Here we go. Aizen fending off Farrell. Farrell attempts to go around the outside. Not going to happen in the end. Looking for the move again. Not going to happen. Yeah, I think the inters are now the tyre to be on.
Oh, yeah. Look at Evans catching Wuban.
Yeah, that time gradually coming down. Just 10th after 10th knocked off. That's more than 10th after 10th. It's knocking off seconds.
But it looks almost as if the rain's kind of slowing down a little bit. No, never mind. Got a better camera angle there, it's not.
Who was that? Ennis attempting to go into the pits. Slightly missed the pit entry.
And he's outbroke himself, but he's not got a penalty. He's
what's this? It's turn 1. Farrell Bumpier. Bumpier with the inside. Farrell on the outside. There's only so much you can do. And Bumpier nearly going. Farrell into the back of him.
Gave him a kiss. Bumpier and Farrell are... This is going to be interesting into turn 3.
Little kiss in the backside of his car. DRS disabled, there we go, that's the call. Nathan has left the session. That is not great news. I don't think he's the host. I hope he's not the host.
I believe it's
Scotty, isn't it? Mr. Freefall down in P13.
Yes. However, Farrell's held that position from Bumpier. Bazza and Nathan, well, Nathan's just...
Yeah, he's going to be dropping, isn't he? Disconnected.
DC'd,
hopefully he can rejoin through the group invite.
And now Demorts
spam pinging us if not.
That's unlucky for Nathan.
Bumpier and Farrell are still fighting away here. Surely they've both got a pit here. I mean, not pitting is insane. The top two guys, though, seem to be deciding to be insane. Pease is pitted.
Pease is going in for it.
A few of the other boys still not doing so, though.
Pease wobbling over that. pit limiter line as he brakes harsh onto those intermediate tyres he goes. Aizen stuck in the pits for a lengthy amount of time. And the positions are all over the place, as Posh Evans is all the way up into P7.
Yeah.
But P's right on his tail on those fresh enters. We'll see what happens there. But I think the top 6 are going to want to pit sooner rather than later at the moment. Oh! And Bumpier absolutely spins it, and Farrell goes at the back of him with DNFs.
Oh,
oh
no.
My goodness! Oh!
That's a safety car.
Oh no!
That is Pete Farrell out of this race. I didn't catch that one.
I caught that into turn 4. Bumpier just lost the car. It was sideways, and Farrell just went straight into the side, back rear, right-hand side of him, and just DNF'd there in the middle of the track. And
Nice.
Bumpier has gotten off scot-free, really, there.
Yeah, you say that, but his little span is showing.
Oh, and he's spun again!
He's gone. I think
Bumpier's
Bumpier
gone.
has got some serious side pod or rear wing damage. I think essentially, I mean, his race has been seriously hurt by this.
It has indeed.
It can
But
barely get going.
G. Russ, Leroy and D-Morts are going to be rubbing their hands together here.
Well, you say that.
Blooming stop.
Bazza has not taken that free stop.
Oh, Baza, what are you doing, man?
And D-Morts has gone on to a fresh set of softs.
Oh, that's got to be a mistake.
Well, maybe not. I mean,
Unless-
if the rain is slowing down and you've got some extra laps behind the safety car to wait for that, he's got,
Perhaps.
what, 17, 16 other cars. As Bumpier, yeah, retirement, damaged car, to be expected. He's got 16 other cars driving around on inters, pushing the water out the way. If the rain slows down and he's on the softs, he might not be completely done for. He might be playing the long game here. Bazza, 20 lap old hards, yeah, they're not dead
I
yet.
think Baza should have boxed onto some mediums or perhaps another set of hards to go towards the end and then hop onto some softs, maybe.
We'll have to see.
A tough call. However, we don't know what the story is with this rain.
But now
What
I
is
think
happening?
Bazza D-Mort's going to make this an interesting one. Of course, Mighty Atom so far behind, definitely going to be following the safety car round for another one. It might come in at the end of lap 22. It might go around yet again. Best guess it's coming in at the end of 22.
So, this makes things interesting.
This does. The pack closed up once again.
So-
All shaking up the order by the rain.
What's going on in Bazza's head right now, do you think?
I think he's very much questioning his decisions. I think,
Do you
a
think
lot of
he's
stuff.
repeatedly saying the F word over and
Yes,
over
I was
again?
thinking a lot of stuff that we
Yeah.
shouldn't be saying on the stream is going through his head right now. And of course, it might pan out amazingly for him. But of course, there's going to be those. Ooh, was that a horrible decision? I mean, he started P4. He's doing well here to get up to first. Although that may be a strategy mistake. It's Evans started last up to P4. Now with the safety car restart, essentially a reset for everyone. I don't know how his fuel's looking. Yeah, looking good.
Farrell will be inviting it. Oh well, he would have been inviting this with open arms because he was on yellow, but everyone else has seemed to have managed their fuel effectively. I'm seeing no other yellow fuel indicators.
Yeah, so far just one stop for most of our drivers, apart from Bazza, the potentially crazy man, sitting behind that red Mercedes safety car. As yeah, safety car in this lap, I suspected end of 22. Actually, that's done Atom a little bit hard here. Should have time
he's
to
still
catch
a
up.
fair bit back there, but he might be able to do it.
Yeah, here we go. 22 laps down. If my maths is right, 49 left to go after this one. And there we go, Atom has caught up Baz's discretion on when to go. We'll stay on board with Russell, see how he manages. Is the hard tyre going to be the better one to be on? It's an old tyre, it's not really made for the wet tracks here, and the fact is at the front you won't have the water cleared for that drier line. D-Morts might be in a good position, but you can see him in the rain is lessening, isn't it?
It looks like it, however, how far does he intend to take those hards into the race?
Well, yeah, that's...
I mean, everyone's going to have to go back onto slicks if it does dry up. But
Is he gone? He's gone.
Oh, he's wobbled.
Oh, he's nearly span immediately.
I thought he's going to get swallowed up here. I thought it was going to happen. I think Russ was going to get the move done on him.
Yeah,
Russell, in turn one, he's gone round there.
D-Mort's also losing the move to free fall further down.
He's just crawling his Bazza.
Down to P5 already. Ennis having a little sniff as well.
Is he going to outbreak himself as well? No, he's been quite good.
He's done alright, but he is still dropping down the order as his D-Mort's on those soft tyres, although actually a little bit of defence there from D-Mort's. No, never mind, nearly off into the grass. Him also going to be dropping down the order. I can hear it a wheel spin there.
I feel bad for them both. I think that might... Oh, as the Ferrari goes absolutely flying there.
Which Ferrari is this?
Oh no, Bazza's off. He's on the grass.
Oh, hello. Please don't hit someone as you come back on. Safe rejoin. Do you know what? He's done a good job there, actually keeping it safe.
And the McLarens are side by side. But Bazza has went from the top of the grid right to the very back, nearly.
He's got one more position to lose before he gets just there, but short, that will happen eventually. Good evening, Toffer. You've joined at the right time. Add a safety car restart.
Oh, Spider Rob. Sorry, the mighty Atom is still behind Bazza.
So here we go. Aizen into turn one.
D-Mort's and Aizen.
Do you know what? He's holding on those softs, doing a little bit better now.
I'll tell you what, if that rain is dying off, it might... He's still in a position where it's beneficial for him to be in the situation that he is now, I'd say. As
he's got tagged on the rear. I think that was Spider.
What happened there?
Someone tagged him on the back of the car there. Certainly not the fault of D-Mort's. Didn't quite catch exactly which driver that was. I don't want to throw names around in case it's the wrong names. Side by side here, Dragon, MKP down to turn for McLaren, Mercedes.
Touching the back of Wuban. It's all getting a bit hairy down here. Turn 4.
Yeah, not quite enough traction to hold on there. Does Dragon.
That downhill braking zone can be quite awkward at times, especially in the wet.
Well, yeah, I mean, sometimes the rain, you're braking 1.5 times as early. Not quite in these conditions, but risk of that nonetheless. The two Aston Martins swapping positions there. De Wil ahead of Freefall.
Aizen picking up a pen. Harry Palmer, by the way, rubbing his hands together. He's stuck right to the back of that top
Nah, good on him, honestly.
Group. I think
Nathan's
back as well because he's in P7. He's holding on. Dragon on speed and MKP. Dragon on speed's dropped position. But there's a big group of them down there as we go into turn 3.
Wuban, MKP, Spider. Oh, hello.
A bit of a
traffic jam.
And D-Mort's takes advantage of that and takes 2 positions. But will he keep them?
2 or 3 of them in one go. DRS re-enabled the softs then.
Oh! D-Mort's will be absolutely loving this as he takes MKP.
P11.
The Alfa Romeo driver is going to be loving life seeing that DRS coming back on.
Oh yeah, and, I mean, there's no more rain now.
That's it. What does that mean for the guys up front? What are they going to do? Posh, Evans and Pease.
Ooh, Pease.
Pease is dipping
into the pits. MKP looking to pull into the pits as well.
And Nathan, and De Wil, and Freefall, and Aizen. Evans, Russ, and Leroy hanging it out there. Pease onto the softs, Nathan onto the mediums. D-Mort's flies through.
Up into P5.
D-Mort's his provisional P1 at this point, I'd like to say.
I think I'm with you on that one.
This is hotting up. And Bazza, he's going to be like, called it.
He made his mistakes. He's had his off-track lawnmower experience in Sector 2, Bottas style, but in the end, he's not all that bad off.
No, he's kind of got this down.
Evans and Ennis side by side through the left-hander. Can he hold it round the outside? I mean, he is for the moment. Look at him go.
Oh,
still going. I think Ennis might have this one here. Actually, Evans pulling into the pits, which means that Ennis couldn't pull into the pits if he wanted to. It's the wrong side of the white line. The two leaders pull into the pits. Ennis taking the lead for the moment. Demort's due to pull up into P2. Dragon is going to be pulling into the pit lane as well. And what's it? If Wubin and Mighty Atom pit, it will just be Ennis remaining up front. Wubin not pulling. No, he's pulling into the pits. He's just
Ferrari double stack.
The white line.
This could be interesting. But Atom's gone very slowly there for some reason. I don't know why Atom was going about 2 miles a fortnight in there, but...
Well, I mean, if you're going to double stack, you may as well, do a little bit of...
Yeah, I suppose. Oh no, I think they're putting another set of inters on him.
No.
Oh, classic Ferrari. Oh my god.
It hurts.
This really is realistic, isn't it?
Yeah, Ferrari. You know what? It's stopped raining. Yeah, it's nice dry tracks. Let's bring your inters in. We need to stick some new ones on.
There'll be slicks after 2 laps.
Yeah, Ennis coming in now, and Demort's the man, the myth, the legend. Alfa Romeo 1-2. It won't be a 1-2 after Ennis comes in for his stop, but it will still be Alfa Romeo leading, as that is MKP in Sector 2, bringing out a VSC. Do you know what, Ennis?
Oh, Ennis is gonna be quite pleased with that, I think.
I think so.
And Atom is going 2 miles a fortnight around turn 3. I think he's pissed. Sorry, excuse my language, but I'm sure he definitely did not intend to put those inters on. He doesn't seem pleased.
We'll be thanking the heavens. That man, where's the safety car line going to put him? P4.
And Baz has taken this opportunity to pit onto some fresh mediums.
Yeah. Well, I'd expect Atom to put on some, hopefully some dry compounded tyres. Maybe Ferrari will stick him on to some wets. Ennis. Ooh. Now, I think that might be removed because they were very close at the safety car line. I suspect that's just a Codemasters glitch, and that'll be a removed post-race, if not served in the pit lane situation there with Ennis. So don't fear too much. He's just got 3 seconds, not 8. Probably.
And here comes Atom into the pits alongside MKP, who is also pitted again. So MKP stopped 3 times.
I think because MKP was the one who brought out the VSC, I suspect he had a coming together with the wall on the exit of T4 and required a new front wing. So there we go, racing back underway. VSC brought in, and immediately Russell sends it up the inside of Ennis. Didn't even see that coming, and I was on board with that Alfa Romeo. Russell straight through into P4, a hungry driver there. If I'm not mistaken, our pole sitter, I will quickly check. He's not our pole sitter, it's our P2 sitter. But he will want to get past Leroy. He'll want to catch up with Peas and Demorts, and he's certainly a man capable of doing that.
So things have sort of calmed down now, I'd say.
Well, for the moment, there's going to be a little bit of a reshuffling as the pace of drivers comes back into play. Some people like Demorts pulled an almighty strategy. Which, no offence to him, but that is far ahead of where his pace would have him. As a slow Ferrari there. Atom slow off to the side. I'm not sure what that one's for. I guess just letting the leaders through, as I'm missing a side-by-side here between Harry and Evans. Evans coming out on top for the moment.
Harry's still looking hungry for that position, as he really hugs the curb there.
Yeah, you know, I'm really liking this new Harry. Seeing him just... He's fast, he's hungry, he wants this, and he's not even in an almighty fast car. His fastest laps coming in aplenty. P's now right on the back of this top 4 group. Hugely closed in on Demorts now.
Yeah, Harry will have DRS on Posh Evans, but Evans will not have DRS.
Here we go. P's past. I suspect Leroy's going to try and get through down. Yeah, he's already through. Russell will be the next man. Is he going to lose 3 positions in just as many corners? I think he might here. Leroy, though, trying to block off Russell. They're 3 wide. They're 3 wide. Russell's got the both of them. Leroy does hold off Demorts in the end, but my goodness, what a move. AlphaTauri 1-2. Russell sends it up the inside, makes it a 3 wide.
Yellow flag, why?
That'll be Atom, I think, again, led in through some drivers on account of his blue flag.
It seems to have been.
Toffer in the chat, eating fish and chips, watching COL cook. This is the life.
What did I say about peas at the start?
Yep, fish, chips and peas. Hopefully the car doesn't get mushed too much then.
It's going well for the man from, well, the man with the Jamaican flag at the moment.
Yeah, Ennis back past D-Morts. Where did D-Morts qualify? Oh, P5, okay. Maybe he had an almighty qualifying then, because he seems to be struggling compared to some of the rest. Not quite Ben and Jerry's Doffer. We're having a food discussion now, we've become a cooking channel. As here we go, to be fair, cooking are the top drivers here. Pease, Russell, Leroy, all on a mission. Ennis, I think, wanting to join in as well. It's racing through the Austrian Alps. It is the Alps in Austria, right? Probably.
Pretty sure. If it's not, they are now.
They are now, they're the Alps. You can call them what we want. But the main action on the field at the moment, it is this lead battle that's going on, as all goes deep a little bit, does Ennis, goes wide, might pick himself up a warning, doesn't in the end. But lead change for Russell around the outside, nice and clean. Leroy is going to be looking to do
We'll have that DRS though, and he's got quite a bit of ERS in there to match. 20% more than Russell does, but
does he want it? No, he's
really
lifting. There's a bit of lifting coasting there, deciding doesn't want to go for the move just yet.
Where Pease can hold on some extra ERS, then he might get the move done on Russell, and then can kind of push to get out, to create a bit of a gap. NS low on ERS, D-Mort still kept nearly 50%, Leroy at 40, Pease at 71. He is managing it very well. The top drivers all around about 40%, bar Pease. You've got Do Will that's holding nearly at 70%, just like Pease.
Yeah,
Scotty picking up a 3-second time penalty.
Naughty, naughty. That'll be... Where is he on track? No, that'll be the one at the start of Sector 3. We just go wide into that left-hander. Just crossing that white line. A nasty little penalty to pick up, but it is still track limits nonetheless. The sky is now starting to get that bit more sunny, clearing up. Track lighting up. As Aizen going for the move is Nathan. He is rejoining the lobby and he's keeping his tyre on the outside, but I think forced onto the curb. In the end, did he just... I think he chose to close his DRS there. Not quite sure what the reason for that is. On the softs, you'd expect him to be quicker. Although it is quite hard to battle Mercedes in the Haas. Nathan, one of our faster drivers on this grid.
I think we'll see him get something done here. D-Mort, 3 seconds. Ironically enough, it's none of the tier 4-5 drivers that have actually picked up any penalties yet.
I think it's mostly tier 2-3, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh well, what tier's Aizen? Is he...
I don't know. I think he might be 3, no?
Mercedes will be 4 or 5. I honestly don't know where he was last season. I'll have a little look-sees, see if I can work it out. Right, so D-Morts was a tier 2 reserve, which I knew because I commentated that one. Aizen would have been... He was tier 4.
Aizen tier 4. Ah.
So you are wrong.
I am wrong. Aizen, what have you done? Terrible. Made me look a fool.
But Aizen not looking to fall himself. He is successfully holding off Nathan on those mediums and doing a mighty fine job with it.
Yeah, almost a second now, and it looks like it will be hitting a second if he keeps this pace up. And Nathan will not have any DRS, but he's got DRS at the moment. However, it doesn't seem to be... I know it was open. My bad. And then again, more DRS to try and close down that gap on Aizen. He is not really using his ERS much, and Aizen has...
P's going for the move on Russell, down into the inside of turn 4, looking for the cutback, but P's perfectly parks it on the apex there, not allowing the cutback. Russell into his rear, side by side, the two AlphaTauris. Leroy, a view of it from behind. We'll watch from Leroy's perspective and see who comes out on top here. Leroy's thinking, I came to race, but I'm here to spectate at this point. And actually behind himself, he is Ennis, sitting on his tail.
Still holding on round the outside, side by side.
Who's got it? Doesn't go over the white line, still side by side behind the two cars, nose to tail.
And Pease will have the DRS.
Yeah, what's that going to happen?
Pease pulls out.
Here,
will he go around the outside? He's got 90% ERS
Leroy
as well.
and Ennis side by side as well now. And
crikey.
Ennis, small moment. Leroy on the tail of Russell now.
Pease has got 92% ERS.
Oof.
He is managing that like a madman.
Yeah,
however...
Russell backing out of the move. Leroy considering having to go at Russell, but not quite enough space on the track to stop for. Still going absolutely mental, the battling, allowing D-Morts to get the DRS back as again the two AlphaTauris side by side. Russell trying to go a long way round.
Really nicely keeping it in there and getting good traction on the exit, and they're still side by side.
Yeah,
he's hanging it around the outside, keeping it tidy. A little bit of a switchback going there. Will he get the traction on the way out?
Yeah, look, I mean, at one point, all four top drivers are separated, just 0.2 intervals between all of them.
That's
crazy stuff. Wide goes
Ennis. Great minds think alike.
Oh yeah, of course.
Now turn 1, what's going to happen here? He's staying behind.
Ooh,
biding his time.
Unsettled by the curve though. I think Russell's safe. It's Leroy on P's I'd worry about here.
P's has got a lot of ERS, so and that.
Look at him, he's just sticking it on the apex, using the outside traction, and Leroy nearly boxing in Russell now.
Oh, this is tight. This is proper racing up here.
Oh, this is amazing stuff here for CRL's first 100% race in realistic cars. And still side by side. I mean, these guys just won't stop battling. I don't know if they're doing it deliberately to put on a show or not.
This could be the AlphaTauri tactic. Let's just take up as much of the track as possible and not let anyone else through and get the max points.
Yeah, but if you're too wide the whole time, who's going to get past, eh?
Exactly.
I have actually used that tactic before in a race. Me and one of my mates.
Whoa, that was close, but what a move.
There,
I don't even know who's making moves on who, because I don't know who's been in front. They're always side by side for so long.
AlphaTauris side by side. Leroy having a little consider, not going to go for it in the end. Good exit by the P2 and P3 man here. Leroy, he's having a sniff, he's burning some ERS, is there room to go 3 wide? Look, he's boxed in by the AlphaTauris. Leroy, there's nowhere to go. Those two with black and white Italian cars. Absolute menace to the Williams.
God. Leroy must be getting a bit frustrated now. He's like, right, come on. You're on softs, they've got to be
mediums, so...
Let me...
Yeah.
Battling like that, your softs has got to be going off. Just one of you do something silly and let me by. I've got 2 Alfa Romeos behind me on the same... on softs as well.
You look back and now it's all the way down to P7. Harry Palmer's in this straight now.
Evans and Harry are like, what's going on up here? Why are these slots still here? Why aren't they off in the distance? It's because G. Russell and Pease are out on a Sunday drive alongside each other.
Yeah, right day for a Sunday drive. So again, coming down towards turn 1, and again up towards that turn 2, 3, where we're seeing a lot of the overtakes happen. And again, Leroy looking to go for something. Is he going to go left? Is he going to go right? He's going to get boxed in. He's not
Right
burning any
inside.
ERS. There's a wall of AlphaTauris that again he is forced to sit behind, and there is nothing he can do. AlphaTauri side by side again.
A tactical masterclass. As Porsche Evans has made the move on D-Morts as well. Harry Palmer's involved, and Harry's going to go for the move on the inside of D-Morts.
Yeah, that Alpine
And Harry
further
does go for the move on the inside.
I think he's going to get that one complete. The
And he
tyres
gets
younger.
it done.
Yeah, Harry up into P6. He'll be looking to make moves, maybe even join this front battle eventually.
And the pack gets ever bigger. Also, in other news, Spiders finally got the move done on Dragon on Speed.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be honest, I've not really looked past the front four.
I've been keeping an eye on the Delta down there just to see what's going on. But Dragon's coming back
Yeah,
at
you
him.
know what he is, isn't he?
And into turn 4, Dragon on the inside. Little bit of contact, I think, there, but
But
Rob
Dragon
holds on.
I think Dragon almost too nice, gave him too much room. Anyone who's ever raced against Dragon knows that
He's a good
there is
boy.
no man more respectful to race. Every driver, there is no one who will make sure you have more room. As here
Now
we
this
go,
top
Pease
7.
again, and Leroy again. It's an
Is he going to
AlphaTauri
make a little
wall.
bit of a cut back, and he's pushed, and he's getting it done.
He wants it.
Traction.
Go on. Is he?
Oh no!
He's out.
They're
That's
out!
a DNF.
He's out!
He's out.
He's out! I caught that! No! And that'll be bringing out a safety car, surely!
Well, you'd think. There's nothing yet.
Oh my goodness!
But yeah,
and then of
front left
course
tyre.
Pease
Tried
has
to-
been... Oh!
Tried to squeeze through a gap, and the AlphaTauris that wasn't quite there caught the front left of, I think, Pease. Possibly taking the... Has Pease still got his front wing or not?
I'm
he
trying
does.
to see now. He does.
My goodness, Leroy out of this race. He broke
He's got
through
it.
the
Oh,
wall
no,
of the
he's not
AlphaTauris, and the AlphaTauris said, no, that's not allowed.
And I think that opens... And there's no safety car.
There's not... There was a VSC earlier when someone had a little spin and dinked the wall and lost a bit of front wing, but complete DNF on the fastest part of the circuit. No need.
Nah, the marshals
Yeah.
have just... The marshals have just dragged this car over the fence. It's
As
fine.
here we go, Evans up into P2.
To
Bear in mind,
P2.
that man started in P20. Side by side, though.
The traction's there.
Traction will go to
Harry
Ennis.
Palmer getting involved as well, still. Evans and Harry are doing bits, I must say. They've come up from quite a place, and that is a little bit of contact. But
Yeah.
Evans getting the move done. He's on fire.
Ennis
but
onto the
notably,
curb. Harry. Ooh, he's having a look. He's got his car alongside. Can he make anything more of it? No, he is backing out in the end. Smart decision. Save your car for another day. Don't do what Leroy did. Live to fight
Both-
another day.
Russell and Evans have got less than 10% ERS at the moment. Same with Ennis. Harry's got about 20%, but Pease has got... He's saved his
He's got
ERS. He's got
2/3.
nearly 70% there, and I think Pease is going to be mounting the charge now. He's going to be like, I can't believe that's just happened. But anyway, hold my beer. I'm about to unleash some fury and get my first place back. You've got D-Morts there as well that saved a bit of ERS for a rainy day. And of course,
Yeah.
Do-Will is almost... Well, I wouldn't say he's joined the pack yet, but he's not far off.
He's not. That gap is closing. It was over 3 seconds at one point. And actually,
Nathan
now that
hunting down
battling,
Asian.
the battling up front has stopped. Russell has pulled away, unsurprisingly.
Yeah, he has.
It's funny when you don't go side by side for half the track, you speed up a little bit. But
1.2 seconds the gap.
P2 still very much a battle. Pease will be looking to get through these three drivers.
I've just
It's
noticed
all
it's a
hang
very
on. What's
bad
Ennis
line.
done? That almost looked like a wheel
Oh,
failure.
it's a Spinala.
That was strange.
He's lost an end plate.
That
He's
was
gonna
a
have to
really weird
box here.
moment there. I caught that on stream from a lovely kind of helicopter camera, but that was extremely weird place to crash. It was between the two left-handers. He just lost it on the straight, but had a little wobble. They couldn't quite catch it, and off the track into the wall in the end. Actually coming into the pits now.
Yeah,
I
end
initially
plate come off
assumed
his
it
wing.
was a mechanical failure with his actual physical sim rig, but Ennis' retirement from the
he's retired.
session, not happy.
Five
That's a shame
cars
from
out.
him. There's a small moment from Harry there, struggling with the traction.
Fair play to Harry for getting up there, though.
Him and Josh, that P2-3, they've impressed me this race.
Oh, definitely. I think Josh is going to have to do a bit of work to try and get within DRS on G-Russ.
Yeah, but also at the same time, is it worth it for the tyre wear sake? Oh, hang on, Curb having a bit to play with him. If he's faster this next right-hander, he might get DRS into turn 1. He wasn't. But he's so close now, within half a tenth of that DRS.
But those softs will drop off, and he will be able to, and of course I think he's going to go on to softs, is Evans, for the remainder, for the last stint. And then
Russell,
we'll see
completely
how that's going to go.
Out of ERS, he's been burning it to keep that 1 second lead. Interestingly, Evans isn't, but Harry Palmer up the inside of the Haas into turn 3, and he's got that beautifully completed piece himself, having a little look, seeing what he can do. Harry again struggling on the exit of turn 3. Does not seem to be his strongest corner. Evans,
no messing around,
back
gets
through.
it back.
Good news for Russell.
Nathan getting it done on Aizen. And with that, DRS should create a bit of a gap and possibly work towards joining that front group towards the end of this race. Maybe Nathan, being on the softs, might pop in for some mediums a little bit earlier.
Spider goes deep in P11. Dragon, though, turns a little bit too much. I think he will have him, and yet there we go. Dragon up into P11. Caught the tail end of that action happening as... Oh, into the pits goes Demor. So I guess his softs now getting pretty old. I suspect that's mediums to the end of the race for him, as Aizen running a little bit deep, struggling. Interesting, the mediums struggling more than Nathan on the softs.
Yeah, G-Russ, 0 ERS yet again. Harry Palmer and P side by side. P's getting the move done. Harry Palmer getting the better traction. Both with DRS side by side as they go towards turn 4. P's on the inside. I think Harry will let it happen.
Yeah, I mean, it's P's. If he wants to get through, he will. He's shown that he's one of the fastest here. Even on those softs. At this age of the tyre.
At this age. How are them man still hating?
No, it's actually something we haven't pointed out different. It is essentially, rather than the usual CRL point system we had with Season 9, it's just normal F1 points. Exactly the same, top 10 get points the same way that you would in F1, and 1 point awarded for fastest lap, which currently belongs to Russell.
G. Russell.
It is G. Russell. He's the only man in the 106s.
Fair play. It's a fast lap. Probably because it's burnt all his ERS. As soon as he seen that, as there was no one ahead of him, he just smashed the left bumper down and just gone. So he's like, yep, I'm going to rinse that, I think. But AlphaTauri 1-2 is back in business.
Yeah, he's through on Evans. A little bit of argy-bargy, but I'd say just about kept it fair. And are we about to see another AlphaTauri wall to keep everyone else behind? Actually, isn't it? They're changing their name next year, aren't they?
Oh, I think so. I can't even remember now.
They haven't. I don't think they announced what they were changing their name to, but they announced they will be calling it a different thing.
Maybe they're opening it up to suggestions.
That sounds like an excellent way to end up with the kind of a subtly inappropriate and offensive name. Which I mean, I'd be behind, but maybe not so good for Brandon.
Well, if anyone needs an extension built, you know who to contact, because the AlphaTauris have been creating a wall this whole race. And it looks like that might be the case again.
Josh was looking to get through with so much overspeed, but just didn't have room on the outside. He wanted to go on the outside. He's not quite offering him enough to get through. Looking to the right, he's got the inside here. Harry watching from behind. Josh is through, looking for the cutback. It's not quite gonna happen.
Josh done a really good job of parking that car in a place where he doesn't really have an option or anywhere to go.
Yeah, and you can see actually through that left-hander, it is the tyres. Even with the raw speed that Russell and Pease have, they are now on the slower compound. It is starting to affect them. It's going to be the same down 6th and 7th for Nathan and Aizen. Aizen's starting to close back on. We saw Aizen struggling before, but now it seems to be closing that gap down to the Haas.
Indeed. So, I've got a question for you. Who's going to blink first? Who's going to box out of this top 4 first,
Well,
do you think?
I think it'll be Pease.
Of course, Pease. Well, it's between Pease and Russell, really, isn't it? As Pease
Oh,
again.
hello. Centred again up
in.
the inside.
Dives in like a no-nonsense centre back and takes the position.
But hang on, look at this.
It's
He's
not
not having
over
it.
yet, as the klaxons say. You know that song, right?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Not over, not over, not over, not over yet.
Maybe you heard it. Lovely bit of singing going on there.
A bit of a drift there from Pease.
Yeah, I don't know if you've noticed this, something consistent. Harry Palmer, the exit of turn 3, he's been really struggling with getting grip. And that's going to hurt his tyre wear, because he keeps on doing a little bit of spinning of the tyres. I think in terms of kind of endurance, he's not at the advantage here.
Dragon and Spider are still having a little bit of a...
Yeah, they've still got their bout further on, and of course Spider's tyre's going to be the better of the two at this stage, or you think so?
I don't know if you've ever seen it, but this would be a bit of a niche one. There's a video of Hibs and Falkirk fans at the train station. All the Hibs fans are on the train and the Falkirk fans are off the train. The doors are closed. The Falkirk fans and the Hibs fans are kind of running towards each other with their fists up. That's what Spider, Rob and Dragon have been doing for the last
Dragon's
many
fitted.
laps. He's fed up of dragging that car around on the softs, and he's putting on some
mediums, you'd think? Or is that fresh softs? No. Fed up of softs, he wants more softs. To be fair, with the number of laps left on the sheet, what is it, 23
22
laps?
laps on softs? 23 laps on
He'll have 23.
My friend.
Oh, hello. That was not the man I expected to blink.
Harry Palmer coming in for
Softs.
Well, it will have to be.
You can see their
He's
softs.
used all three yeah.
22 laps on softs. I think that's reasonable.
I
Assuming my
am
maths is
stupid,
incorrect.
so
Is it
I
21?
probably wouldn't do that.
Maybe it's 21 laps. I think
22.
I'm stupid. For the record, I'm doing maths at uni at the moment, so I really should be able to do numbers, but...
A number between 1 and 100.
Yes, yeah, I can get behind you on that. He's not going to do a 0 lap stint, and he's not going to
Talking
do
about being
more than
behind,
100.
Demorse isn't, because he's taken Aizen's P6 by the looks of it, but will Aizen have anything to say? No, he will not.
Yeah, he's on his
up
fresh
at P5
mediums.
on those mediums. Soft, sorry.
He's going to send it here, isn't he? He's going to send it. Go on.
He's gonna...
No.
Ooh.
Go on.
Ooh. He's close, though, and he's got the grippy.
He does.
Peas into the pits.
Yeah, Peas into the pits. His tyre's 1 lap older than Russell.
Do well up into third.
Aizen
Spider Rob
into
gets
the
a pen
pits.
because he's had a wibble wobble. And now, Scotty, free fall, eyeing up the rear end of CRL Spider.
What?
Oh, he's getting right close to him there.
Pitting.
He's boxing.
So,
right. Evans gets it done on Russ.
Yeah, you've heard of the Nürburgring, right? It was all hang on, we got a spinner.
Oh!
That'll be MKP. Down in P14, mowing the grass. He's out. Hello, this might cause problems. Now the 2 leaders aren't getting me through.
But however, Will might have to contend with him here.
Hang on, I gotta see this. Ooh, Demot's big moment. He was fighting Nathan. No longer the case. Only caught the tail end of that. What a huge snap. Lucky he didn't catch the Haas car. Behind though, Harry on the tail of Bazza on his old tyres. Fresh softs versus ancient mediums. I don't think you need to know much about F1 to know what's going to happen here.
Harry, this lap will, I think, well, come turn 1, will
Harry's
he send
going to lose
it?
the front wing.
Or will he wait? Will he wait? Is Harry that mature yet?
Oh, look at Nath,
like
he did pretty well for himself there. If he gets
like
enough
he's
of a
stuck right to
slingshot,
the
he'll
back.
get the D-Mort's DRS
Oh,
down
but
to 4.
Pease is just like, yeah, boys, just you go 3 wide. Watch this, baby.
Ooh, I didn't even see him coming.
Down the inside, he's
He
taking
got both of
2
them.
men
No,
out.
but Harry's got the
And
cut
then
back.
3 wide. The absolute car park going on there. There's 4 cars.
2 by 2. Hang on, who's got this in the end? Right, Harry's on the inside, P's on the outside. Russell, though, looking to do what he can. The Harry and P still side by side. Russell, Basil losing positions to all of them on his old tyres. But Harry, is he the net leader?
Harry is the net leader, yes.
Harry's the net leader. There we go. That was not what I
Don't
was
say
expecting.
that out loud too many times because his head will fall off.
His head. Well, I think D-Morts might have it. I mean, his tyres aren't going to last, and he will be caught. It's into the pit. There goes Nathan trying to stay hugging the inside, staying well out the way of the others. DeWill also into the pits, moving this up to a battle for P3 now.
Posh is, I think, going to pit this lap.
Yeah, if he's onto
otherwise
softs,
he's just going to lose too much time.
yeah, we're wasting
would be
the.
perfect to
As
go
here
softs.
we go, the
He's in the fastest
AlphaTauris.
lap. P's getting it done on Harry Palmer.
Yeah,
and
Russell side
G.
by
Russell,
side.
but Harry side by side. He's got a better
I'm not sure he
traction
does.
on the exit though.
Yeah, look, AlphaTauris giving his teammate a little bit of slipstream here.
He's getting her done. But will Harry send it? No.
No, he's being mature. I think, but the problem is now the AlphaTauri wall has been reinstated.
You must reinstate the wall. That's so not right. And Evans into the pits.
Yeah, a little lock up there for Russell.
I can smell soft tyres coming out of the oven for Evans. However, I did have COVID, so I might be wrong.
I can see soft tyres.
No, they are definitely soft. Soft and juicy as D-Morts is getting hunted down like a gazelle.
Yeah.
And Pease is the lion. And Pease, the lion, is about to have his dinner, I think, into
Your
turn
metaphor's
3.
falling apart gradually here. But yeah, P's to the inside of D-Morts. The two Italian teams fighting away. And D-Morts is going to be swallowed alive here. Let's be realistic about this. His tyres
Pizza
are just
pasta.
older. Although actually,
Put it in a pot.
he's held off Russell for the moment. It won't last.
Down the inside, little bit of a... no. Harry's got a good exit there.
No wide
But
though,
is
won't
it
be
good
getting in.
enough?
Now the question is, will Harry get past D-Morts fast enough to not be dropped by the two AlphaTauris? And in fact, he'll probably get him into turn 3, turn 4 this very lap.
Harry has done well with his ERS as well. He's got 25%. Russell's got 20% over Pease. But Pease has just set a fastest lap.
Yeah, 106.4.
And our boy Posh is joining the fun with some softs. He's
He's a couple seconds back for the
getting
moment.
closer. D-Mort's getting swallowed up slightly. Harry down the inside. Will he get it done? D-Mort's with the better traction and the exit and DRS.
Yeah, I think
Well, of course,
a little
they're
bit-
close
I think
enough to the Alphas.
slow down a
so-
bit too much there. Right, go on, cut across. Nah, you're not going to go for a Ricardo Monza style move.
Round
I
the,
think.
almost with a switchback from Harry, but
Yeah.
he didn't quite get the traction to make it happen. D-Mort's putting that car in a really good position to not get overtaken there.
I think D-Mort's committing.
Nice
Oh,
work.
hello, he had his little snapper moment there. D-Mort's knowing P1, P2 just not going to be possible here. Defending P3 with all this heart. Podium is still very much open, but the longer he fights this, here we go, Harry up the inside. The longer he fights this, the more open he is to losing even more positions. And Harry, very
Harry
nice
gets
overtake
it done.
into P3. And now Evans is in DRS range. Josh, ready. Hang on, no he's not. He was temporarily, but he's not anymore.
Does this mean that if the Alpha Tauris keep battling, that Harry could get back into that fight. I think so.
Well, you say that as if D-Morts hasn't just tried to get through, although Harry, very nice line there actually.
D-Morts will have a DRS there. And Evans already right on D-Morts' tail. As they go side by side, Evans looks to get the move done on the inside, and
He's not completed just yet, but I mean, it's essentially a done deal given tyres.
On those fresh softs as well, it's going to happen.
He's got a few laps,
so
there's a rocket
Harry
ship.
and Evans, for them to battle a lot right now, wouldn't really make too much sense. They're going to want to try and close into first and second place now, and get back in with those
Evans.
He's got the pace.
The thing is, at the moment, the next 2-3 laps, his tyres, they're going to be at their best. He'll want to try and get past ahead of Harry now, as he will be the fast one overall, as Russell set in fastest lap. The fact Josh isn't setting fastest lap down in P4 encourages the fact that they're not going to be able to catch the front to that gap. Last time I looked, 2.4, now up to 2.9 seconds. Here we go, Evans getting past Harry, up into P3. Oh, hello. D-Morts smashed into the back of him, losing his front wing in the process. Oh, hello. And Harry, slightly unsafe rejoin on DeWill there. Hopefully that didn't damage either of their races any further.
It looked almost as if he unghosted inside of DeWill and the cars just kind of went everywhere.
Yeah, it was a bit of an odd one. Either way, risky rejoin. But yeah, D-Morts. I think he'll be reported.
Yeah, he's lost his right end plate as well during that move, but he's off the track.
Harry
gets back
safely through. D-Morts only got himself to blame, outbroke himself. I guess got distracted by the battle ahead. He'll be pulling in.
That's really unlucky to be fair for Harry. He was doing so well. Still though, another.
He's still doing amazingly. It's just
13 laps.
It could have been a P3, and now he's looking at probably P5 at best.
Oh well, he's in DRS to do well.
Oh, he is. It's just the tyre life. Right, so D-Mort's coming in, fresh front wing, fresh set of soft tyres, as the old tyres changed colour magically. That is my stomach, or is it the chair? I can't tell. I said before that. No, I think it is my stomach making noises.
And Russell. He's back on that top step of the podium. He loves that. These Alpha Tauris are going to be giving us a lot of interesting battles throughout this season, I think.
Yeah, Harry is losing a little bit of ground to DeWill. Now, I think the problem is, while he hasn't done anything wrong, his confidence is going to be knocked a little. He's going to expect too much from himself. He needs to be careful not to push. I think in his position, best thing he can do is accept the P5 finish. It's not what he wanted, it's not what he could have got, but it's still pretty decent points, and the race he's had has been incredible. As again, another lead change I've completely missed to catch on camera. Russell through into the lead, near identical levels of ERS between two teammates.
The more these Alpha Tauris battle though, the more chance there is of something happening, and that invites our good friend Posh Evans into the opportunity for that P1.
You say that, but the gap isn't exactly shrinking at the moment, staying about 2.9. Now the advantage that Evans and DeWill has, they're not under threat from behind. It is just them, the track. What can they do? Avoid making mistakes, hold on best you can. We've got this battle down Spider, Dragon, Wooben for P11 at the moment.
Oh,
so here we go, Wooben on the inside, Ferrari, McLaren, Ferrari. Who's gonna get it? I reckon it'll be Dragon on the outside. Better traction there, and he is through into P12. Both of them with DRS, of course, because the Spider up ahead.
As G, Ross and Pease make their way up to turn 3 once again. Just
hello.
Swap out. He's looking at trying to get that switch back a little bit.
And actually they have lost a little bit of time to the cars behind them. Is it just me, Or is it starting to get slightly more cloudy again and potentially...
I think so.
Potentially. I haven't seen any raindrops just yet, although they're always hard to see at first because they're
Could
tiny
anyone
little
give
specks.
us a weather update?
I went for a walk earlier before I hopped in Commons box with you. Started out nice, you know, slightly and a fairly cloudy, little splatter of rain, but that kind of nice little rain. And then by the time I was done with the walk, it was hammering it down like it was drenched. So
oh yeah,
we'll see if the drivers get the same experience.
I've got 3 days of training this week at Quedgley VW, and unfortunately, due to the parking situation in Gloucester, where I live, he's very close to G. Russell there. You're only allowed to register 2 cars for on-street parking per household, and I'm the 3rd car. So I park about half a mile away, down in this free gravel parking place thingy next to this old classic cinema. And if it's raining in the morning, then my day is already ruined.
Yeah.
So that's a half a mile walk in the rain, and there is no singing. There is just anger and me saying multiple swear words as I power walk towards my car. It's great. It really is great. Thank you, Gloucester City Council. I know this might be a little bit too political for CRL, but get your stuff together. That is, I get wet all the time now, thanks to you.
Right, so while you've been having your rant about Gloucester, Evans is closing that gap down to Pease. I thought it wasn't going to happen, but it is. Actually, Pease to make a mistake turn on this lap around. That gap has now come down to 2 seconds. It is gradually decreasing, although over time the mediums are going to overtake the softs as superior compound. For the moment, Evans does seem to have the pace advantage while these two are fighting. Russell, though, not going for the move that time around as D-Malt's way down in P10, pulling the fastest lap.
He's on the hunt.
He is.
Well,
after
7 seconds, 11 laps, no, 9 laps, sorry.
And I think he's faster than where he is. The problem is he's got a 6-second penalty, and he's most likely got a trip to the steward's room after
hopefully it's not raining on the way for him.
An unexpected visit to the back of Harry Palmer's car.
I think P's got a little bit squirrely and squirrely going out of the last corner. And now G. Russell will, not as if he hasn't done it before, probably get the move done, but way before turn 3.
Yeah, looking to the outside, we know that's where the traction is on the exit and through. Nice and early there.
However, it's time for Pease to answer back.
Has he got... He doesn't got... Alright, he hasn't got DRS from... Is that Atom ahead? I think it is Atom. Pease not going for the move here. These two starting to build up their ERS. Almost identical numbers here. So yeah, Atom pulling off to the side. I do wonder if those two are in a party together. There's Evans straight
I'd like
through
to hear what they're saying in that party together if they are.
It would not surprise me if they're talking about cheese or something silly at this point. These two, you're right, they really are on a Sunday drive at the moment. I mean,
yeah,
having a bit of fun, chopping and changing. They've probably said, right, last 3 laps, let's give it our all. Save up the ERS and go wild. We'll see how that ends up.
He's looking to get a good run here, I think. Oh, but he does have a little bit of a moment, I think. I don't know, the camera angle.
Yeah, he's lost a bit of time there. Nathan and Aizen seem to be stuck together this race.
Yeah, like chalk and cheese.
Interesting.
Faster.
Yeah, no, he is. Nathan closing down onto the back of Aizen, down through turn 2, up towards turn 3. Inside line, he needs to get through enough by the apex. There we go, to get onto the outside. Aizen's going to answer
back though, because he'll have the DRS.
He's not got the traction. He'll close it down, but it won't be enough to get back through.
Will that be enough though for Nathan to just kind of forget about his wing mirrors and just power on and then create a gap?
Does have the knowledge that Aizen has a penalty. I'm sure he would have checked with his It's not Jeff anymore. What is it now? The
Mike Crack.
race engineer, man. I don't know.
I don't know who his name is. Aizen, however, is actually, well, it's fluctuating between 6/10 and 4/10, but he seems to have dropped back a little bit all of a sudden.
Yeah, interesting one there. We'll see how that develops. Of course, tyre wear. It's Mark. Of course it's Mark. Yeah, Mark, the race engineer.
Classic Mark.
I miss Jeff.
I miss Jeff too.
I want Jeff back.
When it's 40 degrees track temps, bright sunny skies, all you hear is, right, I think Inters might be the best tyre. Okay, Jeff.
Very
Cheers.
good impression.
Or you're on a two-stopper, and you went medium hard in career mode, and you fall out from the end, and he goes, right, time to box for some softs, when you're in like a battle for like the podium. Yep, okay, Jeff, I think I won't do that.
Right, here we go. 6 laps left, 65 laps gone so far, and honestly, given how long this race is, it's been kept exciting almost the whole time.
It
there
has
we go.
been.
Toffer, I still call him Jeff when I'm shouting at him. It's an endearing nickname, Jeff.
It is
Like,
indeed.
if you shout at Jeff, it's kind of, he knows you don't mean it. If you shout at Mark, it's because you really
like
don't like the man.
Mark's the kind of guy that will beg you to go on a night out, and then at 10:30, going on 11, he'll fit before you actually go to any of the good clubs. That's the kind of guy that he is. Whereas Jeff is out there till 6 AM, he's losing his trousers, he's asleep in the bus stop, and he is also
in the bus depot,
lifted by the police.
Absolutely. Hang on, we're missing here a battle for P12 between Dragon and Woob, and Dragon coming out on top there. I think had the outside into turn 1, missed most of that. Dragon P12 for the German. Wooben, ooh, hello. Consider the move, unconsider the move, and then realised he'd broken late to take a good line there. But has the advantage. He's one of the drivers who's not picked up any penalties. There's penalties to see, mostly 3 seconds, 6 for Raisin, and a massive 9 for D-Morts. Not that I will lose him any positions, somehow.
And it's looking like Peas has decided, you know what, I'm a bit keen on that P1. And he's closed right up to G-Russ.
But look at the ERS.
A bit hungry.
Peas has got 30% more ERS.
So I think he's thinking that I'll push Russell with the ERS, because I've got to have more than him, surely. And then, I don't know, maybe when Russell gives up, because he's got no ERS left, Peas will have that little bit extra to get the moves done, and hopefully maybe create a little bit of a gap for himself.
Yeah, potentially. Now, important thing to mention, these two here, 2 of the faster drivers in Tier 1 last season. Peas finished P5. Russell, I'm honestly not sure, because I know he has another name, and I have no idea what it actually is. But here we go, yeah, lead change going on here. Peas on the inside of Russell, 4 laps, or 3.5 laps now to go. As free fall, mistake, no, that's Wooben.
Oh no. No.
Wooben
That's not what he was looking for.
Going. I don't know if that was contact with Dragon or not. The front 2 still battling away here. Not much else action going on track for the moment. Right, I need to find out what Russell's other name is so I know where he finished. Is Peas tyre warming?
I
He's a
can't tell.
madman.
Mate, like, I honestly cannot tell what this guy is thinking right now.
I mean, my money's on Peas. His tyres are 1 lap older, but he's got more ERS and he just seems more confident and comfortable here.
Look at him!
He's just wiggling. I don't know if he's doing it to mess with him, but...
Oh, look at absolutely sending it
and
through
he can
there.
stick it
Wow!
wide, use the traction on the outside. He'll probably lose it again into turn Forcing Russell the long way round, squeezing him to the grass. Pease just seems more confident here. He seems to be winning the mind games.
He's playing. He's like
playing
a cat
with his food.
with a toy.
When he is still behind him, but at the same time, it just feels like he's going to win this, doesn't it?
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to say anything too stark, but I can see him playing with his ERS a little bit there.
Yeah, still about 30% advantage. As here we go, moving on to lap 70 now. 2 laps left to go in CRL's first 100% race. And these two, the AlphaTauri wall has defended any invaders and now is battling itself for the win. Russell, I think Pease. No, he's going to go for the move here. Again, he's just wiggling his wheel side to side. He does seem to be trolling him at the moment, doesn't he?
And he's got DRS as well. He's done it.
Oh,
he's kept that. He's let Russell ahead just at that detection line,
and he's
going to try and hold him on the outside.
He now has 40% more ERS. Perfectly parks it on the apex.
Oh, who's going to try and come back at him? But I don't think he knows that Pease has just got an absolute massive reservoir of ERS.
Yeah.
I think this next lap, Pease is just going to literally just let it all flow.
Yep.
I mean, why wouldn't he?
Oh, absolutely. And see, Russell is using ERS now. That's not a good time to use it, because he's just going to get more dirty air through the corners. Sure, it helps to be close, but here, yeah, turning in early, running a little bit deep as a change. P9, P10, let's see. He doesn't want to get through here. Interesting. That is confidence from Russell, right on the tails. But he was too close. Now slower on the exit. Pease, here we go. To the left, to the right, here we go. Pease, he's going to brake early here. He's going to let Russell fly through. Watch this. No, he holds on. Russell braking early.
Parks it on the apex, parks it on the outside.
It is going to be.
He's using the ERS. He's using the ERS, but so is Russell.
Yeah,
side by side as they go into turn 4. Oh, contact. Pease sitting in there behind. Goes wide.
Nudged wide.
Wobbles. Oh. Pease has not got an awful lot of track to respond, but Russell out of ERS. Pease with 29%. Can he make some form of move on Russell?
I think it might be
going
the way of
Russell.
Russell.
And the ERS activated.
He's burning through it now. We're looking to the outside, looking for the cutback. Can he get the switchback hit? Outside, inside, is it going to be there? It's an AlphaTauri 1-2. Oh my goodness, nearly loses it on the last corner, but Russell wins the first race.
Did you see that? Was that a brake check?
I think across it might have been on the line. The front wing lost. Evans finishing up the podium. DeWill P4, and it will be Harry Palmer picking up P5, despite that incident he had with D-Morts earlier, which I think the stewards will be giving D-Morts a little bonk for that one. Nathan P7, Nathan P6, Aizen P7 will get him dropped down to P8 due to penalties. Wave of penalties coming through. It will be Free Fall P9, D-Morts P10, and then Spider a long way back in P11. Fastest lap point will be going to D-Morts in P10, interestingly.
2 points for the big man.
Yeah, it's here we go. Spider P11, a valiant effort from him in that Red Bull. Dragon gonna come across the line. P12, just one more driver now of Ruben. 2 drivers lapped, MKP and Mighty Atom, but what a race that was between 2 AlphaTauris.
Wow.
There we go. That was everything we wanted. Rain, drama, safety cars.
Absolute battle for the ages between Pease and Russell. That was brilliant. For almost the whole blooming race. That was something, wasn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
How was he floating? What is going on there?
Wait, what are you on about?
On the podium, he just put his arms out and floated up in the sky.
Half the time, it does not show me the end results on this game, and I have no idea why. I'm hoping it will this time around, but what a race that was.
Evans deservedly picking up a podium place, I think.
There we go. AlphaTauri won. Oh no, he is floating. You are right. Interesting.
What a race.
But yeah, I will remember there is constructors as well. So AlphaTauri, regardless of which driver finished ahead, regardless of how their battle went, it is an AlphaTauri 1-2. The Italian team, what, that 38 points to them? No, that number sounds wrong. 43? 43.
Max points hold for them. Well, bar one.
D-Mort's got fastest lap.
Yeah. So it went almost as well as it could have. And in the wise words of Mr. Wallace, that went as well as could be expected. For AlphaTauri. Only a couple drivers opted for the 2 stops. One being Baza, who picked up points as well. P7.
Oh, it just showed me the end results for a split second and then decided that I didn't actually need to see them.
Ah.
How nice. Okay, well, I have them in front of me here, but I'll let you read through them quickly because you've got them properly.
I've been kicked back out into the lobby.
Wonderful. Okay, well, I'll read them from the end race screen results. So as we all saw and paid much attention to, the lead battle went to Russell in the end, winning in that AlphaTauri. Pease in the end not able to get him. We thought he would, but he didn't. So Pease P2. Evans finishing P3 despite starting way down in P20. DeWill, one of the drivers I had as high hopes for being near the front, finishing P4, and Harry Palmer, despite his incident with D-Morts, able to finish good P5. Nathan P6, Baza P7, Aizen P8, Freefall P9, and D-Morts P10, picking up the last point as well as that bonus fastest lap point. Spy, the first man out of the points in that Red Bull. Dragon P12, Wuban P13, MKP and Mighty Atom 14 and 15 being lapped, and then we had Ennis, a retirement after some damage. Leroy, I think the same as was Bumpier. Farrell got involved in that incident with Pease and Russell, and then Will, an early pit lane retirement as well. But what a race to start the 6th round season.
Yeah, I mean, it was fantastic, really. I mean, what else could have really happened in that race?
Are we going to try and get the drivers in for an interview?
I think so. I'm not entirely sure because I know Pete's left almost straight away, so I need to check. I am just double checking something at the moment though, because I will be 1 second. I'm checking because I've been sent information for flights, and I really need to make sure I get this right. Sorry.
Right, yeah, I'm asking the drivers if they want an interview. We'll see what they say. But my goodness, what a race! What a way to start the season. We will see what the drivers say. Wait, where are we even racing next week? While waiting for the drivers to respond. So next week it is going to be Mexico. We're going to Mexico for round 2. That massive straight that is going to affect the cars quite a bit in that straight. Because if you're in the Williams and you're trying to pass a Red Bull, regardless of how fast you are, they're going to fly past the straight 30 kilometers an hour faster, unable to touch you. All depends on the
setup, really.
Well, yeah, I guess that as well.
You're going to have to run a fairly high downforce setup as well. I don't know if actually it's realistic in the game. Whereas it is a very high altitude circuit in Mexico. I don't know if that correlates into the game if they've reduced the downforce in the whatever they do in the background in the game. But yeah, no, it should be interesting. Can't wait to see how that one turns out.
Yeah, I don't think Pease is wanting an interview. Russell has said nothing, and Evans has said, if you want, but you deserve a rest. Do we interview P3 or do we just leave it at that on the high and then?
I suppose we could leave it at that and see everyone next week.
Yeah, for Mexico.
Mexico.
What a track, but yeah, wonderful performance by AlphaTauri. Who gets second in the constructors? It will be Haas, won't it? Because they had P3, P6.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Which is, what's that, 15 and 8 points? I always forget. Like, I don't remember the exact thing further down.
I am stupid.
15 and 8 points. Banging. Right, that's 23 between the two Haas drivers. Seems I know my numbers. P3 in the constructors. Probably going to Aston Martin. P4 and P9. Nowhere near as much. Of course, that is just 14 points. But being the F1 system hugely benefits those top finishing positions, those podiums, especially those wins. A team pulling a 1-2, they're going to be miles and miles ahead. Gee, how many teams scored points? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 different teams scoring points. Who missed out? Red Bull, of course, Ferrari, and Williams. So yeah, I think all in all, a pretty good start to the season.
It was. I mean, I couldn't have really asked for a more. I mean, it was entertaining across the board. We had some incidents. There was a lot of clean racing as well. Good to watch. The guys up front putting on a bit of a spectacle. That front 7, the top 7, battling it out quite a bit.
Yeah, that midfield stint won as well.
Oh yeah, with the Alphas and
the rain, safety car restart, Demorts sticking it out on the sauce.
Farrell and Bumpier's incident. Yeah. I caught that right as it happened as well. That was quite an interesting one. But no, it was outstanding.
But yeah, that will be us until next week at Mexico. So how long have we been streaming for? I don't even thought check in.
I do not know.
Has been about an hour 40. It's not too bad. Actually, still shorter than when you do full quality 50% race.
True.
So not the longest I've done. But yeah, from us, that is goodbye until next week.
And we will see you then.